You know my tagline, right?
Oh, yes.
As you can see, I have a guest today, and she is more than just a friend and a guest. She is my sister-in-law.
Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Nicole, your self-proclaimed life encourager, where my mission in life is to inspire, assist, and encourage you to become the best version of you. You know my tagline, right?
Oh, yes.
As you can see, I have a guest today, and she is more than just a friend and a guest. She is my sister-in-law.
Yes.
Her name is Kiana. I'm going to let her introduce herself later on. But today we're going to talk about becoming the best version of you in your career. We're going to talk about our career in the STEM field, and we're going to also talk about the ups and downs of being in that field. All right? So if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, I'm here to give you tips on how to become the best version of you. And we're going to talk about our career. I'm going to turn over to Kiana, and she's going to talk a little bit about what is STEM. She's going to introduce herself and also tell you about her role. She's a boss lady too. Okay?
Yes, I am.
All right, so tell the people what STEM stands for. Tell them a little bit about who you are, where you're from, and about your job title.
Okay. So STEM, S stands for science, T for technology, E for engineering, and M for mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
So I work as a technical manager and also a technical consultant. So I help customers figure out what's going on with their application. Like, is it the network? Is it the database? Is it the code base?
Okay.
Is it the infrastructure? And then I help them figure out what are their IT goals for the company itself.
Oh, wow.
And I am, of course, from Jamaica.
Yeah, we're Jamaicans. Two island girls in a cold state.
Very cold.
So why did you choose the career in STEM? And did you always know you wanted to go into this career?
So in terms of my initial interest in STEM, that started from my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
So my dad, he would come home with like different devices, printers and monitors and TVs and computers, and then he would say, go and go set it up, which is like, go and set it up. So he would leave it up to me to do the setup, do the configuration, and then he would come around and kind of check my work, kind of.
Yes.
But I always did a good job, just saying.
Of course, you know.
Of course. So that was my initial interest, and I wouldn't say I always wanted to be a technologist or be a consultant.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had interest in being a poet and being a writer at some
Wow.
point. I know people at work would be so surprised to hear that, but that's true.
That's so far away
I
from
know,
technology.
very far. But over time, my interest in tech came up, probably cemented in high school.
Okay.
And then took off from there.
Took off from there. That's good. You know, I told my story here about how I got into engineering in terms of I didn't even know about engineering that much. We knew about civil engineering in Jamaica,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't an interest to me. And my relatives were all teachers. My parents are teachers. My dad is a math teacher, and that's why I kind of lean towards more numbers, field.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how accounting came about. Wanted to become an accountant. Like, what else was there? It's either you're going to be a teacher, a lawyer, a doctor. Who was that? That was just the only things that we were kind of exposed to in Jamaica. So I started out in school to become an accountant. All right. Now we're going to go into your curriculum at school. So do you remember what was the toughest class you had in school?
Yes. I remember Calc 2. This was in the winter. It was cold.
That was even worse.
Yes, it made it worse.
Class in the winter time? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Try and avoid it if you can.
Right.
But that was the worst class. But I would say I also learned a lot with it being my worst class, because I really learned about how to, push through and make sure I get what I need to get at any cost at all. I wouldn't say I did any late nights. Well, let me not say late nights. I wouldn't say I did any nights of no sleep.
Okay, yeah.
So all nighters. I didn't do any of that. But I did have late nights in the library. I did a lot of office hours. I went to office hours every single day that the TAs had.
Oh, yes.
And I just pushed through it.
Yeah.
I had to do it.
Is there any class that you like the best?
I really, really, really love discrete math, which is another math class. Right? It's not even a
Yes,
computer science class.
I was expecting you to say like a C++,
yeah,
or one of them fancy name
class.
Yeah.
But discrete math was really fun.
Oh, wow.
It was really fun.
So for me, I remember that one of the toughest class I had was called Electromagnetic Waves. It was ECE 4800. Can't forget that class. To the point where I had to fail out of it because, you know, you can do the first couple weeks of the class, and if you feel like you can't, I don't know if you manage it. Well, in my case, I know I couldn't manage it.
Right.
And I'm like, no, I can't do this class right now. So it was the toughest class. And then I left it to the last class of my, you know, curriculum, in terms of it was the last class before I got my degree, and it was the only class that I had, and I could just focus on it. That's how I got through it. I remember just going to the library from 6 a.m. one day to 6 p.m. because that's when the class started, and I was just there all day studying for this exam. That's how tough it was. My class I liked though the most was electrical circuits. It was one of those classes that had a lab, and so we were building little circuits, you know, using the motherboard, putting the wires.
That must have been fun.
Yeah, it was fun, you know, and I really love that class, and that even drew me closer to the fact that I really wanted to get into electrical engineering, and you know, really enjoyed it. Because you know what, most engineers, when you start your coursework, you do have to do like one class from the different disciplines. So like
like literature and arts,
no, not even that. Like I had to do like a class from mechanical engineering, one from chemistry.
I got you. Okay.
So you were exposed to one of the classes from the different engineering discipline, and when I was exposed to electrical circuits, I'm like, yeah, this is definitely for me.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
That was interesting. Alright, so let's go into your job now. What do you like mostly about your job?
I love the people.
Yes.
My job, when I first started, I was a fresh college grad, of course, and we have a program there that's tailored towards getting college grads ready to work directly with customers as a consultant. So everyone at my job, they're very welcome and open, willing to answer questions, willing to guide you through different things, and that's a culture that has just continued throughout the entire time. Because, you know, the fresh college grads become experienced, and they help the new ones that's coming in, and they just continue to pay it forward. So it's a very welcoming environment. And that's one thing I really enjoy about it.
So let's go to another question in terms of what are you doing to help others to be aware of the STEM fields?
So I'm trying to do something similar where I'm working with Microsoft Teals, which is a program that Microsoft has to put computer science in every school, every high school. I'm working with one high school right now. I teach Mondays and Wednesdays for an hour in the morning at 8 o'clock in the morning, which is kind of early. So some of these kids, they don't even, I mean, they're asleep, but I try my best. There are some that still hang in there, and they're, you know, answering questions and so on. But I know the rest, they be sleeping. But that's okay. You know, they get their work done.
Yeah, that's good.
And we have to continue to work with the kids, because programming, and not just programming, just computer science in general, technology in general, is very important to learn. Every student should have some sort of technical aptitude to move forward in the world because of how things are changing. So it's absolutely important for us. You said
something very key in terms of technology and how it evolved. I think for myself, you know, I'm going to date myself right now. I'm in the world where, I'm going to say this, the Dewey system in the library. I don't know if you know the Dewey system.
I remember it. I was real small though, but
I know, she was younger than me, okay? So I remember the Dewey system, and if we were going to do any kind of studying or essay or anything like that, we had to go to the library and look for 3000.10 ... to get the book. And, you know, then you get the book and you will try and write your essay from what is in the book. Now it's just a click of a button. Yeah. Now you just type something in, and
Google is your best friend.
Exactly.
It really is.
So for the way that technology has evolved over the years, it's evolved to the point where the kids nowadays, the younger kids, we have to get them involved in the STEM roles, to get them to know the sciences, the technology, the engineering, the mathematics. It's something very key. And yes, we know we want them to read and do all and be poets. We want them to do that, but on the other hand, we want them to be exposed to this.
There's also another org I work with, which is called Sisters Code, and they tailor their content to people who are 35 and older who want to change their careers. Yeah. And so the leader of that organization, she always says, in a couple of years, the number of jobs in technology, they're going to be tripled, quadrupled, so it's really important for people to get their hands on that information, regardless of where they're at in their career.
Yeah, I think that's crucial too, that you have the choice to change your career at such an age as 35-ish, and I'm just saying 35-ish because you can do it if you're you're 40.
Yeah, it
doesn't matter. It's just that there is an opportunity for you to make that change. So if you're out there and you want to make a change, check out this nonprofit.
Yeah, Sisters Code.
Yeah, and if you want to learn how to code, I had an interest at one time. Not anymore.
Not anymore. Come on. I could use some company.
Oh, you know what? Well, she's offering to teach me, so I might take it up, right? Can has her own YouTube channel, so go check her out at Can Hills Clark. And her channel is all about tech tutorials, tech consulting videos. It's videos that go through step-by-step how to code. I really don't understand some of it, but if I was really into learning how to code, her videos really go through those step-by-step coding. So go over there and subscribe. Like her videos. Comment also. What are some of your next goals in regards to your career?
I'm definitely going to go for my certifications. So I want to take the Amazon Web Services Solutions Architect exam because I want to be legit. I want to be established as a technical expert, something that's not tied to just my job. But wherever I go, I can say, yes, I have these credentials behind me to show that I'm knowledgeable in this area. So certifications in the technical field are very important to just show that you know what you're talking about. So I'm going to go for that cert. And I'm also thinking about some sort of technical writing. Maybe posting some articles on LinkedIn or Medium around some technical concepts. Again, just to, build up my status, I guess, in the technical world.
And let's see how you tie back what you did as a younger person in terms of you love to write.
Yeah, that's true.
And now you're going to write on technology.
Yes.
So that's so true. Cool. I like that.
I think you can tie technology in any role. Really.
You sure can. Even in the role that I am in, I've seen where we're moved from paper drawings. Again, I'm dating myself. As an engineer, we went from paper drawings, we went from printing out these 36 by 24 sheet of paper, marking up the drawings and saying, take this out, put this in, this is how this wire is supposed to be, to now we're doing it. There's this new software called Bluebeam.
Oh, okay.
And it's supposed to be able to...
Is that different from AutoCAD?
It's like a extension to PDF.
Oh.
Because you can use the software to edit PDF, but it's really geared towards like designs, drawings, not just regular PDF, but just like our drawings that we use at work.
Do you use a stylus with a touch screen?
If it's possible to do that, because you can do on a computer version and or iPad version. So it's really good. So to your point, technology is everywhere in every kind of field, every role. So it's something that's very crucial. All right, so before we go, I have one more question to ask in terms of, we're both in like heavily male dominated roles. What are some of the ups and downs that you have encountered, and then how have you kind of pushed through that?
Yeah, definitely. Well, my role is, first of all, very customer facing. So I work directly with external customers. And then you also have to build relationships with people internally, like the sales reps and the customer success managers and developers, because the customer may need a variety of things, so you have to talk to a variety of people to get it done. So I've definitely faced some scenarios where some folks may be passively suggesting something that is anti-feminist or a little bit patriarchal. But I have to, take a step back, understand where that person is coming from, what I'm trying to accomplish as well, and make that adjustment. So it's you have to be very adaptable and very flexible, being a woman in a male-dominated field. And you also have to talk the same language. So the way they interact with each other, I have to adapt to that as well in order to get the things that I'm looking for. So that's not to say I'm being less feminine, absolutely not. But I'm just changing my approach to match their approach. If they're going at it aggressively, I'm trying to go at it aggressively as well.
I agree with that because, again, as you say, it's in a male-dominated role area where we typically, as female, try to dress back a little bit, and we can't do that, especially if we know we're passionate about what we're talking about. We're passionate about the role, we're passionate about the project, we're passionate about what we have to bring to the table. And to your point, we have to be adaptable and flexible. I like those two words, in terms of you don't lose who you are, but you still show up and show it and know that you can do the job just as good as the next person, whether it's male or female. But it was mostly male because, again, I don't know what's your demographics on your team, if you want to talk about that.
Well, I am the only black female manager. And when I was just a technical consultant, not a technical manager, I was the only black female technical consultant and one of probably 3 or 4 black people.
Wow. Yes. So that is why STEM itself, I know, as we said, it's something that we've seen in the United States where it's trying to reach the younger generation from early. You don't want to wait until, like me, I waited until that I was 18 years old before I was exposed or aware of engineering fields. So STEM is trying to go before that. They're trying to go into the high schools or the middle schools. There's robotic competitions. There's so many things out there, that kind of help the young people be aware and of course be exposed to this field, because we want to see a diverse workforce. First of all, we want to see this male-dominated workforce in the STEM field be saturated with some females.
Yes, and a variety of females.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
So not just one demographic. Definitely we need a range.
We do need a range. And so if you are young out there and you want a mentor, we're here to help you. We can put you in touch with different nonprofit organizations that can help you to be that best version of you in the STEM field. Because we want to see more and more of us. When I say us, females first, and then of course African Americans.
Absolutely.
In the work field, in the STEM field. All right, well, thank you for joining me, Kim.
Welcome.
This was fun. Again, this is my sister in love. She just became my sister in love last year. Can you believe that? But I love her. We get along so well.
Yes, we do.
And it's just so funny that all 3 of us, when I say 3 of us, me, my brother, and her, we're in the technology field. My brother is a mechanical engineer. And so we're in this STEM field. So we're so passionate about it. And therefore, we are hoping that we can reach others out there.
Yeah, and hopefully he'll come on. Talk about his experience.
I know. Well, thank you guys for watching. I hope you learned something from this video. And again, if you're looking for tips on how to become the best version of you, hit that subscribe button. I have a lot of stuff on this channel about becoming the best version of you in the 6 goal-setting areas in your life. So come on back to my channel. Thanks again, Ken. See you guys in the next video. Bye.